All right, people, we have Absolum. Absolum. They making all kinds of names now. What's next? Raven kills Dead Zone, Dead Man, or some shit. They just making all kinds of names up now with these games, you know, like Steel Seed and Atomic Heart, and I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for a game called Bullshit Blazing. That's what I'm waiting for. You know, there's got to be something. There's got to be some game coming out there sooner or later with that damn name title. Got to be, right? But anyway, let's watch this animated showcase. I think they got gameplay out too. We'll check that out also. But as you know, it's Arc System, baby. You just got done watching that video of the little showcases of it. But yeah, that's what they showed off, man. I don't think there's no release date for this. I remember seeing the title and I was like, oh yeah, this is new. Yeah. Sit. Yeah, so this is like going to be another. I think it's hand drawn too, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah, that should be good. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Hand drawn to sit. There you go. Yeah, I saw this showcase on Arc System showcase. I was like, I gotta watch this again. And of course, IGN plays it, of course.
Absolum is a roguelite, side-scrolling beat-em-up action RPG designed for, in the developer's words, quote, deep replayability with branching paths to explore, quests, characters, and challenging bosses.
So it seems like it's only 2 players.
So far, I can attest to all of those things being true.
Should be 3, right?
It's an absolutely gorgeous fantasy romp with multiple player classes. I got to try out the tanky dwarf-like Carl.
Carl, really?
And the lanky, rangerish, sword-wielding Galandra, where you kill evil creatures, smash up the environments, often hoping a carrot or other health-replenishing pickup will reveal itself, duck into the occasional building to pop open
Castle
treasure
Wars.
chests or get ambushed by goblins, battle bosses with gargantuan health bars, die, and repeat the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
Oh, and though I didn't get to try it, you
see, they got this little space right here. It could be a third character right here. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, Austin.
Also play 2-player same screen co-op. For me, someone who has fond memories of many a two-player beat-em-up back in the 1980s and early 90s arcades, as well as games like Golden Axe on the Sega Genesis,
I hated that game.
felt nostalgically familiar in a good way, perhaps owing to its Saturday morning cartoon-style art and animation. And you've got a relatively shallow, but nevertheless slightly layered 2-button combat system.
We need to see that from Marvel. Marvel needs to, instead of doing like the sprite versions of characters, they need to do like a hand-drawn of Marvel characters in a game.
That allows you to mix up attacks depending on the enemy in front of you.
Just a beat 'em up like that, like this.
But the roguelite element modernizes it in a way that gives it both an edge and a ton of obvious built-in replayability. As you go, you'll discover both hidden and obvious power-ups. Some are equipable active weapons or spells that are activated by pulling one of the triggers and then hitting the corresponding face button, and others are passives that live in your inventory. All will randomize from one run to the next, but not all the items are necessarily desirable. Or at least, there's a serious risk-reward system that might change your approach in that run. For instance, in one early
it's nice
run,
you can't ride on the damn
not one nothing
that's
but
cool.
2 orbs that gave me a 20% boost to damage, but at the expense of 20% of my health. So with 2 of them, I had a frighteningly small health bar, but I could dispatch enemies pretty quickly. Fortunately, you can drop any item from your inventory at any time if you'd
It looks so generic, though. They really do.
Particular power-up. I did say this is a roguelite, so that means when, not if, you die, the realm you return to has a shop where you can spend in-game currency to buy items or power-ups for the next run. This wasn't fully working yet in the early build I played, leaving me at the whim of what amounted to a dice roll regarding the quality of items and power-ups on each new run. Because I couldn't spend any of the hard-earned gold in between runs, I had a heck of a time with the first major boss, who I sadly don't have footage of, but at least I can show you another later boss that looks far tougher. But mine was a mammoth troll.
Was like an ending boss or something, I don't know.
Mace, and who'd summon smaller goblins, some of whom would leap onto you and start biting away at your face like they were piranhas. I would have loved to have gotten a chance to experience 2-player co-op, as it would not only split the boss's attention, but as anyone who shares those fond memories of the beat-em-ups of yore knows, these kinds of games shine brightest in 2-player mode, always, every...
Yeah, because it's so... exactly, just exactly.
Single time, no exceptions. But still, between...
Also, it's just always fun, man, because you always have somebody next to you in the arcade or next to you at home just fucking just talking, hollering and screaming.
Animation, old-school side-scrolling beat-em-up gameplay, and roguelite loop, not to mention the developer's pedigree in the genre, Absolum has a ton of potential, and dare I say, even a high probability of being good. If you've been lamenting the loss of couch co-op games over the years, Absolum,
like I said, they're making a comeback.
Certainly one that's going to
making a comeback,
at least for a little while.
I said you could thank Tribute Games for that. You could thank them and those people from Streets of Rage, So Streets of Rage and Tribute Games, those creators. They're doing the damn thing. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there. He's pretty much done seeing the rest of the video. But Absolum. These names, boy.